This is a good way to get July started. The TNA, good job. I give overall rating of the show, I get straight into it. I give it a 7 out of 10. This was a good episode of Impact, just like last week, a 7 out of 10. But this one had more needle moving moments and more stuff that keeps Slammiversary just keeps building up and they keep doing a good job with it. So man, I don't even know what to get into first because there was a lot that happened. I'm gonna start how I usually do, start in order from beginning of the show to end of the show, and like even the stuff in between, it was really exciting to talk about. But welcome to Influence of Sports. Make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. If you're new, comment on the video. Let me know what you thought. And let's get into it. Indy Hartwell started to show off. Well, she didn't necessarily start, but she was on commentary for the opening match between the Inspiration to take on Tessa Blanchard and Victoria Crawford. And Victoria Crawford essentially had to fight this match by herself. And Tessa Blanchard got distracted by Indy Hartwell. The story I'm not mad at, but this match shouldn't have been the opener. This match and the second match should have swapped places. Like I don't think it should have been the opening match because you had a chain match for the Knockouts Women's Championship, and that wasn't the opening match. Even if it's not, I knew it wasn't gonna close, but that chain match, I'm gonna get into it because that chain match was really good. I'm getting to that chain match a little bit later in the video. But the tag team match, I mean, the Inspiration ended up getting the win, so they build some more momentum as they head into their tag team title match against the Elegance brand. So they'll get a shot at the tag titles. The Tessa Blanchard and Indy Hartwell get to go at it at Slammiversary. It's nothing on the line, just history involved. Now the segment they did was really bad. Like the brawl, it just felt very fake and very scripted. Like it didn't feel real or have any emotion behind it. So the brawl wasn't. I didn't mess with the brawl that they had after the match. Then Tasha Steele, she brought out Cedric Alexander and Mustafa Ali to discuss what happened last week. And this was a good segment. Like Ali, Tasha Steele says that Ali was Cedric's best friend, but Ali don't feel that way. He's still mad that he stole the spotlight from him in WrestleMania winning that match. Still mad that he wasn't. People don't recognize him as the star as 205 Live. Even though they both did their thing, like him, Pac, or Neville, whatever you want to call them, and Cedric, like they all did their thing in 205 Live. Like it's definitely some notable guys from that time. Even though Dar was in 205 Live, if I'm not mistaken. So he didn't get forgotten. So I ain't really get what Mustafa Ali was getting off. I mean, I know he lost the match at WrestleMania, but that was WrestleMania 34, I think. And we're at 41 now. So that's been 7 years, and you're still mad about that. Like, I don't like how these. I mean, I guess it's long-term booking. It's in a different company, but it is what it is. They're gonna get Ali wants to get a free match at Slammiversary. Don't know if it's been announced yet, but I know it's gonna be a banger of a match. I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited to see it. So yeah, and then Cedric stood tall with the great hands, and Tasha Steele once again. So Ali don't have any power. Then you had the chain match for the Knockout Championship between Killer Kelly and Masha Slamovich. And this is where the show really got interesting. Because first off, this match should have started the show. And the main event, I'm not going to say it should have been the main event because the closing segment was really good. And it might lead to something. But the chain match between Masha and Killer Kelly. Masha's been champion for 250 days. Once you're seeing this, it'll be 251. Another successful title defense and a really good match. Killer Kelly had the advantage early on. She was dominating. And then the ties changed hands during the commercial. So once it came back from commercial break, Masha was in control. Basically how a match starts, that's usually how it is. But really, it was a really physical match. Like both of them took advantage of the chains. Neither one of them held back. Like Masha is one of my favorite baby faces because she'll do whatever it takes to win. Like she'll do whatever type of match it is. Like she's not gonna hold back. She's gonna make it clear that she wants to win. She wants to keep her title, and that's why I like Masha. So both women they use the steel steps to their advantage to brutalize each other. Kelly started dragging Masha down the ramp with the chains, or because you had to win in the ring, but they went outside the ring. That was on the ramp. It was a suplex on the entrance ramp. They did a good job making this match really physical and really brutal, and neither one of them had to bleed to make it a good match. Like you can have a very brutal and physical match without having the other person bleed, and then Masha would start choking out Killer Kelly with the chain, and Killer Kelly ended up tapping out as she was passing out. So Masha would get the win to retain the championship. Then Fatal Influence came out there and they attacked Masha. So that added a huge stipulation, which y'all didn't see my short. Now, whoever wins between JC Jane and Jordan Grace at Evolution goes on to Slammiversary to battle Masha Slamovich. And there will be a title versus title match. So whoever wins is going to walk out as double champion between TNA and NXT. I think regardless of what happens, Masha should win. I talked about this in my short already, so I'm not going to dive too deep into it. But I like this, especially if Masha gets to win and she goes over, becoming the double champion, since Trick is already TNA World Champion, and he might lose it there too. He might lose Slammiversary. But I do like it. I'm interested to see where it goes. Zara Brookside and Lei Ching Lee gonna play a crucial part. That's one thing I didn't talk about much in my short that I made, but they're gonna play a crucial part because obviously they're gonna want the TNA title to stay with TNA, and they've been backing up Masha for the last few weeks, so they might run interference on Fatal Influence to even up the odds, than to leave it at just one-on-one. So it's gonna come down to what they do in this match. They're a very crucial part of how this match happens and how it plays out. So we're gonna see what happens, but I think they play a big part in this match as far as what happens. Eric Young, Eric Young, he was talking trash to Northern Armory. Obviously, he felt like they embarrassed him, so he don't want them losing matches, even if he's not there. Like he got ejected from ringside last week, which he should have, because because he clearly had his hands on Matt Hardy. But it is what it is. It was a decent segment. Matt Cardona versus Eddie Edwards for the first time ever. This match was solid, but the thing that stuck out here was Brian Myers not wanting Eddie Edwards to use the system ring because he has history being a former tag team partner with Matt Cardona a few years back. So that's an interesting story because every segment that they do when it's involving Matt Cardona in the system, Brian Myers always has a good stare down with him. So maybe the system kicks out Brian Myers and Matt Cardona teams up with him. Or maybe Brian Myers goes out on his own to help Matt Cardona with his situation that he's having. As Matt Cardona did get the win here, he's won back-to-back matches in TNA, been in TNA a lot, still a free agent, so he's getting more money that way. But the most important part happened after the match when Dark State appeared in TNA. On NXT this past week, they got a segment that was like, y'all don't know what's going to be our next move, and they show up in TNA, and that was very surprising. They jumped Matt Cardona. Brian Myers could play a part in this. He could be a tag team partner. I know the hometown man will likely back him up because I think Matt Cardona can trust him enough. Obviously, Cody did in the mask, but just going to pretend that's the hometown man. Guy that we've never heard of, guy that we don't know. Keep a kayfabe, but him getting attacked by the system is really interesting. I wasn't expecting that. I don't know what the next step is for Dark State. Like they could do Shaquan Shooters versus Matt Cardona. I think that'd be a cool one-on-one match. Because I think, or they could make it a story where they invade TNA and NXT, and then had two TNA wrestlers and two NXT wrestlers had to come together to take on Dark State. So they could do that. Matt Cardona, the hometown man, and then maybe a tag team from NXT to come together to take on Dark State. Like I'm trying to think of somebody that got jumped. But maybe Hank and Tank, since they did lose to them and Dark State never got a title match. But they might lose, and Hank and Tank might be losing to the Cullen soon, so it could be nice for them to revisit that and keep something for Hank and Tank to do, have them cross over and make that a big 8-man tag team match. Like build up to that slowly. I don't do it super fast, but this could be a really good story if this is the Dark State, this is what they're gonna do. They're gonna invade places, they're gonna cause chaos, they're gonna cause havoc. So I'm rocking with it. Leon Slater had a really dope video package and in promo. I really enjoyed it. Just talking about how he came up and why it's so important to him to win the X Division Championship. I'm rooting for Leon Slater, one of my favorite wrestlers in TNA at the moment. I'm hoping he gets the X Division title. I think he'll be the perfect fit for it. Mance Warner took on Jake Something with Steve Macklin on commentary. Match didn't go anywhere because They both got distracted by Steve Macklin. I could see a triple threat match happening for the international title. Like, it wasn't too much to get from this match, not too much that happened. But if you obviously um, Jake something, he wants the title, but Mance Warner don't want to be in TNA walking around empty-handed, so it makes sense why he'd be distracted too. So they can build up to a triple threat match with these three at Slammiversary potentially. That'd be a good match for the international title. I think Steve Macklin will still retain, but it'd be a good match to have on Slammiversary. And Steve Macklin should be on Slammiversary. Like, he's worked really hard this year. He earned his international championship in the run that he's having so far. So I would like to see him defend it at Slammiversary, even if it's on the kickoff show. As long as it's at Slammiversary, I would like to see him defend it. Trey McGill, prayers up to him. He was out with an injury. Hopefully it's not too long. Hopefully he's able to go in 17 days at Slammiversary. So Zachary Wentz had to fill in and take on Nick Nemeth. I knew he was losing because he already beat Ryan Nemeth last week, so he wasn't going to let him win. Trey McGill probably would have lost either way because then it would have been 1-1. But they still got the ladder match at Slammiversary. Like I said, hopefully Trey McGill is ready by that time. But it was a solid match, a good back and forth. Zachary Wentz had a cool power bomb, and it was a cool spot I enjoyed. But Nick Nemeth ended up getting the win, like I said, and Zachary Wentz went 1-1 against the Nemeth brothers. And then to end the show, he had Frank Kazarian do his first ever show. I forgot the name of his talk show, but he did that, brought out Trick Williams, Mike Santana, and Joe Hendry, who's going to be the main event of Slammiversary for the TNA World Championship that Trick Williams is currently holding. But I do see Frank Kazarian potentially being added to the match because he has a pin over Joe Hendry, which he didn't bring up in his promo, which he should have. But he does have a pin over Joe Hendry, so he should have played into that more. Mike Santana Trick, he played into the fact that he beat Mike Santana and Joe, but he don't have no problem doing it again. So a triple threat match I'm rocking with, but if you add Frankie to it, I think that makes it more unpredictable. And I think it makes sense because he pinned Joe Hendry. So even if he don't win it, keep featuring him in main event spot, but in main event stuff. Because if Joe gets it back, then Frankie Kazarian should be the number one contender because he pinned him, like I said already. Injury or not, still got the pin. Like I said, this was a good episode of Impact. I give it a 7 out of 10. I enjoyed most of that stuff here. I enjoyed. I told you what I didn't enjoy. But leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, comment on the video. If you're new, if you're old, don't matter. Just let me know what y'all thought. And the TNA and the Impact coverage, TNA coverage will continue, sports coverage will continue, and I'll see y'all soon. Peace.